Hello, everyone. How are you today? Today, I'm going to be talking about comfort zones. And I'm going to be proving my point by stepping out of one of my biggest comfort zones that was drilled into my head since I was a little kid. But before I get into that, I just want to say hi. I'm Kelly Lee Sappenfield, in case you don't know who I am. I'm a fifth generation metaphysician, soul evolution coach, speaker, and author. And like I said, today I'm going to talk about those comfort zones. We all have them, but you know where opportunity lies and where growth lies and exciting adventure lies? It's when we're willing to step out of those comfort zones. And one of my mentors challenged me last night to, when doing live, step out of those comfort zones. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. And as I talk to you about stepping out of your comfort zones, I'm not just going to talk to you about it, but I'm doing it. You see, I was raised by a 1950s perfectionist on appearances mother. You did not step out of the house unless your hair was perfect, your clothes were perfect, your makeup was perfect, you had the right shoes with the right purse, the right lipstick. I bet you a bunch of you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? I don't care if you're going to get gas or go to wash your car. You do not step out of the house because appearances meant everything, right? And that was drilled in my head. When I was 17, I told my mom I'd stop by a family event with my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff on my way to the lake with some friends. Well, I was going to the lake. So I didn't have makeup on. I was in, lake clothes. And I stopped by the event like I told her I was going to. Oh my gosh, when I got home that night, I got in so much trouble because how dare I embarrass her by coming to an event where people saw me without makeup on, in late clothes, and not properly dressed. And I was in severe trouble. And I'm like, well, you wanted me to stop by. You knew I was going to the lake. And she's like, you can go to the lake dressed properly. You don't have to go to the lake dressed like all slummy, right? And I'm like, okay. So, and on top of that, I'm a Libra. And if you don't know anything about Libras, we're very much about appearances. So, having a mother that was very much appearances, having an innate nature that is very much about appearances and cleanliness and organization and coordination and all of that, for me to come to you today with my hair not done, I'm in an unironed t shirt and no makeup, not even lip gloss. And this is stepping out of my comfort zone in a huge way. You've never seen me on the live before without my makeup and my hair done. Even when I was in the pool and I was doing the live about sometimes you just need to chill out. I might have been in my bathing suit and in the pool, but that doesn't mean that I didn't have my lips on and my hair done as much as I could for in the pool and everything else. So, yeah, it's scary. Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel that, ooh, yeah, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. But you have a choice to embrace that feeling and make it an excitement, or to let that feeling hold you back. And it's like, I'm starting to get that feeling again. I got to step back into my comfort zone. I got to be safe, right? And I'm also wearing a t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Vini Vici Vici. Came, I saw, I conquered. Let that be your mantra. Just like Julius Caesar. I came, I saw, I conquered. When it comes to your comfort zones. So when you come up and you're wanting to achieve something, you're wanting to change something, you're wanting to transform something, you're wanting to manifest something, and you slap up against one of those comfort zones, right? And you start getting these feelings and you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. think, okay, I came this far. I see where I want to go. Now I'm going to conquer this feeling and I'm going to achieve what I'm doing because I'm going to step out of my comfort zone so that that great thing that's on the other side of my comfort zone, I get to have. I get to manifest. I get to live. Now, it's me doing a Facebook Live with no hair, no makeup, no freshly pressed clothes, any of that, absolutely going to change my life? I don't know. But you know what? I do know. I do know that when I step out of my comfort zone, doesn't matter how big the step is, but when I step out of my comfort zone, it's like the universe just opens these doors and amazing things happen. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be reciprocated through a Facebook Live. It can come to me in a completely different way. And I'm good with that. I'm good with the universe providing for me all the things that I want and desire. And if that means going on a Facebook Live with no hair and no makeup done, then I want to do it, even if it is uncomfortable at first. So think about where you're holding yourself back when it comes to your comfort zones. You know, a lot of people hold themselves back when it comes to their health with comfort zones. They don't like to step out of their boxes and do the other things that they need to do to create the health they want. How many diabetics do you know that eat carbs and sugar like it's going out of style? That's a comfort zone. How many people want to make money, but they don't step out of that comfort zone and they stay in that same financial loop? How many people are really interested in someone, but they're afraid to step out of that comfort zone and actually go maybe and ask them out, right? Even if it's for a Zoom date nowadays, right? Things are a little different in 2020, but that's okay. So wherever your comfort zones are, when you come up against one, you'll know it. You'll feel it. You will feel it. It's like, oh, ooh. But when you step out of those comfort zones and you're willing to conquer them, just like Julius Caesar, I came, I saw, I conquered. When you come up against one of those comfort zones and you step through that gateway, don't be surprised when amazing things happen on the other side. Maybe it's scary for you to do a Facebook Live. Maybe it's scary for you to step out of that comfort zone of you like things neat and tidy and organized. And maybe instead of planning everything to the nth degree, you wing it. Did that on a vacation once. My husband convinced me to step out of my comfort zone. Don't set the hotel dates. We were just going to get in the car. We were going to drive and we would spend as much time as we wanted in each locale. And then we'd drive to the next and we'd just get a hotel. Worked great until our last destination. And there was a huge rodeo in Colorado Springs that year, right that weekend. And there was not a hotel to be found unless you went all the way back to Denver. And so now it's a running joke that if we don't pre-plan to a lot of things like our hotels and stuff when we go on vacation, maybe we're not going to have the vacation we thought we were going to have. But it became a definite adventure that evening, let me tell you. So sometimes it has unexpected consequences, and you just got to roll with it. And maybe it's something that here 20 years later we still giggle about. Um, but you never know what gifts you're going to receive when you get to the other side of that comfort zone. So, all honesty, it's not easy for me to come with no hair, no makeup, and everything, no jewelry, nothing, right? But as soon as I heard, in order to grow your confidence, you've got to step out of your comfort zones, I thought, you know how many people I tell that to all the time? But that's just the thing. We're all learning, we're all growing, all of us at the same time. If we're alive, we still have things to learn. We still have ways to grow. We still have ways to teach. And so I thought, okay, this is clearly a comfort zone of mine that has come up that I need to knock down. And so I really want you to think about it. And as you come on, say hi so I know who's here. This new Facebook layout is a little weird. I'm thinking about going to StreamYard. If any of y'all have used StreamYard, let me know your opinions on it. Anyway, so I really want you to think about where your comfort zones are, how many times you come up against a comfort zone and you backed off, you retreated, and how many times did you say, no more? I'm crashing through that comfort zone. I'm burning it down. No more. So I really want you to think about it and think about, okay, when I backed away, did things change? Did I manifest what I wanted to manifest? Or did life just stay the same? And those times when you did crash through those comfort zones, how did you benefit? How did you grow? What gifts did you receive because of it? And sometimes the gift is just the fact that, oh, okay, I am not literally going to die because I'm on Facebook Live without hair and makeup. I may have, when I first come up against the comfort zone, I may have thought, okay, I'm going to die. And my mother, who's on the other side of the veil, is going to come down and haunt me forever because I'm going out publicly with no hair and makeup, right? I can just hear her now. Kelly Lee, what do you think you're doing, right? So, and we all have those voices in our head, especially our parents' voices, right? No matter how old we are, and it doesn't matter if they're with us in person or on the other side of the veil, we still have those parents' voices in our head telling us, what do you think you're doing? But I want you to embrace breaking through your comfort zones. And I want you to tell me about it. So when that next time you're confronted with one of those comfort zones and you're like, nope, I'm going to do like Julius Caesar. I'm going to come, I'm going to see, and I'm going to conquer. And I'm going to break through. Because when we come up against one of those comfort zones, that's spirit telling us it needs to be broken. Otherwise, we wouldn't be coming, it wouldn't be presented to us. We wouldn't be shown that that's a comfort zone that we need to break through if we didn't need to break through it. And that's why I'm coming to you today, completely vulnerable, showing all the wrinkles, all the spots on my face. I can see it because, we're Facebook Live. So all I see is me in the screen, right? But at the same time, it doesn't matter whether that your comfort zone is visible or not. If your comfort zone, like I said, if you're a diabetic and your comfort zone is that sugar and carbs, and it's really scary for you to think of, okay, I've got to give up all this food I love, or I've got to start really regulating it. And it's scary, it's uncomfortable. They start talking to you about eating foods you've never eaten before, maybe. But what do you have to gain as opposed to what do you have to lose? Because most diabetics, I know that when they keep it under control, it's not that they can never have a piece of cake again. It's just that maybe they don't have cake monthly, weekly, cookies, or whatever, pastas, right? I knew I needed to give up sugar a long time ago. I didn't do it. Now I'm allergic to it. And so every once in a while, I'll do something and I won't be thinking about it. And my husband or my son or a friend of mine will have something and I'll take a bite and it's got sugar in it. And there I go. My heart will start racing. I'll get really weak. I'll have to lay down. And I'm like, oh, I had sugar in it. Right? When we have those places that we need to break through those comfort zones, Spirit tells us. Spirit didn't tell me, okay, you need to go and dress to the nines to do a Facebook Live. Spirit told me, you need to do a Facebook Live and what makes you uncomfortable, not what makes you comfortable. Because hitting that go live button was like, oh no, I'm going live, right? But we're 16 minutes into this live and my world hasn't come crashing down because of it. And I'm perfectly fine. No jitters, no nerves now. It's just like any other life. So really think about those comfort zones. Really, really think about them. And be brave. Have the confidence that you're worth breaking through those comfort zones. Because if you're alive and you're breathing, you're worth it. Period. I hope this helps. I hope that you can see, doesn't matter who you are, you always have things to learn, you always have things to do, you always have places to grow, and you always will have comfort zones that you need to break free of. That's just part of life. But you know what? When we embrace that part of life, it sure makes life go a lot easier. It's when we fight it that it gets sticky and hard and icky. So until next time, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and expect miracles. Bye bye.